Hello and welcome to Herman Hits the Road. I'm Ads and this is Chaz, and in today's video we're going to take a look at some body rot. Well, we had a leak a while back starting at the roof line there, and on really wet days you can see the rain coming down down this channel here on the inside, and eventually the water would end up in this kind of little recess in the cabinet, and you can basically see where, if I push this vinyl down, that's rotten soft wood underneath there, and it goes all the way back in there, and of course that's the floor, and underneath here is where it gets exposed to the elements, and right back there underneath the bumper is where the majority of the rot is. He's just pulling out the floor there, look.
Oh dear.
Now this locker stretches from one side to the other. Houses are, you know, all the stuff we don't tend to use, like the spare wheel and barbecue and whatever, and it's held on by the chassis. See the chassis there? So it's not going to fall out. I got Chaz a real violin. Right, so we managed to get out the top part of the rear locker here. This is the floor. It feels quite hard until it gets about there. So we're probably a good few inches from the outside in. It's hard there, but soft round here, look. See that moving? Let's take a look at the top bit then.
He's fairly solid. I've got a little friend, look. Oh, bless him.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
That's Boris.
Is it?
Yeah. Look at the...
Not Peter.
No.
Mr. Parker.
No. Yeah, so this actually goes against the rear wall, just to hold this up, but that's all rotten as well. So that tells me it's been running down the back. That's right.
That's...
Not just the side. This is the side, right?
Yeah, that sits
so
like
that. There's the door there.
That sits like that.
Yeah, there's the door.
That's it.
Right, and then this bit is all soft.
That's concealed, yeah. So that water
and then
ingress.
And then this isn't so bad.
No, that's good. Come down in that corner. You can see it. Look in that corner. Really big damp patch in there. Yeah.
Yeah, look.
There's a rear window in him.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there you go. Could be running down behind the window, mate. I think.
In fact, we do get water around the window, but I've always thought it was condensation.
It's running down there.
So, right, so there's the window, and we can't check here, but this is where I normally see a bit of water when it's been caning it down. So the water would actually run down here, but
That's
this
right.
is fine.
No, it isn't. That's rotten as a pear. Look, look, that's all spongy. Look.
Is that spongy?
Yeah, look.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it up in there. See? It's had a water trap. The water's gone to the lowest point and got trapped there and just rotted through.
And then of course the other leak has probably done that bit over there.
Look, no, it just ran to the lowest point, to the lowest corner.
Right.
It'll just saturate it, and then it'll get underneath this vinyl and then delaminate it all.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that ply there that we took out in the top box, I think it's 12.5mm ply. It hasn't blown, it hasn't delaminated. It's good ply, so the water hasn't got into it. This is a ply floor. The water's got into it and blown it. So what we've got to do is cut the standing line through here, get this up, see the extent of how rotten, how far it goes back. It feels quite good there. You can hear it change. Hear it?
Just there. Yeah.
So I mean, we might be able to just move these pipes, these vent pipes out, ventilation,
Heating pipes,
ducting out the way, and then cut that like that, and then splice a piece of timber in there by building a frame and then bonding our new piece of timber in. Yeah,
bit of duct tape.
Yeah, bit of duct tape, and if you go and buy a large pack of Wrigley's, I'll get you in with these teeth and we'll be well away. You can bond it in. Okay.
We want to be careful of any cables, don't we?
We do. So we go. Yeah?
Yeah.
Gosh. So what we've got to do is get back to the good. But how far does that go under there?
Yeah.
And how far do you want to go? We've got to, you know, we've got to get it all out, because if we don't, it's going to rot the new timber we put in. Jesus.
You're right there.
I'm so glad I went on that diet. This is where it's going to be really bad. I think it's going to be a bit of a shocker in here.
Wow.
That's gone. Smell that.
Wow.
Look. Put your hand right through. Yeah, that's gone. That is really rotten. Look. That is, God. God,
Oh, you can smell that now.
And there's filler in there. So it's been done a few years ago, I reckon. Yeah, I'm into the bumper now.
Wow.
And that's the screws holding the bumper on.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Tis bad, sir.
Oh, that smells.
Yeah, nice.
Peaty.
Yeah. Right. So the trouble is, I don't want to damage too much of the insulation. But if we've got to cut it out and put new in, we have, you know. But we're opening up a bit of a minefield here, sir. Right, I think the first thing we've got to do is get some rubble bags.
So what do you think? That is the locker down there with the bumper there, and it could end up going all the way over there.
Violin. That is brilliant. Where did you get that from?
Well, I thought you kept losing yours, so I thought I'd get you one.
Brilliant, isn't that brilliant? Oh, that is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a little model. Plays?
Yeah, I can see. That's incredible, isn't it? That is brilliant, that is. Is that for me?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That is fantastic. You're going to get loads of photographs for that. I can honestly guarantee one thing.
What's that?
My dear friend. You won't ever forget what that looks like.
So just quickly, the story behind the violin is that if you bang your head or you start moaning or whatever, he goes, where's that? Where's me violin? So, you know, that's what the violin joke's all about. So I thought I'll buy Chaz
Brilliant.
his own violin.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you'll never forget what that looks like, mate.
So what's that, Chaz? What you got there?
Multi-tool. Great bit of kit. I believe that they started life in the medical profession and the military, probably. And so you know when you were young, you used to put a big plaster cast on your arm or your leg, they get that whizzy thing and cut it off. That's what it was. So the idea is it won't hurt your skin, it won't cut your arm.
No good talking when that's on.
Oh yeah. So the idea is it won't. If I turn it on now, I mean you shouldn't. If I turn it on now, put it on my arm, it won't cut it. But if you put it onto timber or most materials, it will cut into it.
Right.
So a great bit of kit. I don't know how they work. Vibration.
Well, you press that button. That's how they work.
Right. Let's see what we can do.
Oh. No, it's a lot deeper than that, isn't it?
Yeah, I just want to see where we are. See. I feel what's underneath there before I cut too deep. So that is your box. That there is your locker.
Yeah.
And I don't have to take that if we don't have to, but if we do, we do. I'm just going to gently cut down to the top of the locker.
Right.
And then go back to good timber, but I haven't found good timber yet along this edge. Nice and that. Turn it down a little bit.
Oh, it's got a volume control.
That's a metal stud, a big metal bolt, and that underneath it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a metal plating stud to hold the floor on, and the floor's just rotted around it. On the outriggers, that is just rotten floor. Now, is that a good floor?
Well, that's probably the other side of the insulation, isn't it?
It is. You'll probably find it was an insulation board with ply either side of it, and it's one unit, it's one thing. Yeah. What we got to do is we got to re-laminate a new piece in somehow. But I mean, it's not. I'm worried. So this seal's gone. We have to make it put some CT1 or something on it because it's gone anyway. I wonder how far it's gone up into the wall. That's all good. So I think we just caught that in time, you know.
Yeah.
A little bit there, but we can treat that. But you are very, very lucky. That we got to there. That's
yeah, that's it. Then you do new rear.
Well, you start thinking then, don't you?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Right.
So if you smell that actually smells of fresh timber. Yeah, freshly cut timber. Smell it?
Yeah, it doesn't smell
damp.
Damp, no, rotten and raining.
So that's where, and you can tell by the way the plunge goes in. The plunge bit goes in. Yeah. That we're getting to good timber, which is great. And as I say, it hasn't gone up into the wall. Only a tiny little amount. But that rubber seal that's perished. I'd say I'd save that wall, which is brilliant because it means Herman can actually now live and fight another day. Yeah. You know, so I mean, we'll cut it through this way and see how far the rock goes that way. If we've got to take a bathroom out, we've got to take a kitchen out, so be it. But I mean, I think that's a really good sign because what we can see there is really good timber now. So we'll cut that out, we'll cut through and we'll find out where we've got to splice our new piece in. Then we'll shape it up a bit, give it a nice shape, and then we'll make a template up, then cut a bit of timber to suit the template, put a frame in underneath, a mitered frame underneath, and screw that from the top down, and then lay a piece of timber in the frame with some CT1 or equivalent.
What about the insulation? What are we going to do with that?
We'll just go and buy some.
Okay, right.
I mean, I've actually got some Celotex in the...
of course, that's all it is, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's only Celotex, but Celotex is much better than this. This is only the old type of polystyrene insulation I used to use on motorhomes and things, you know. But as you know, Hymers were renowned for their insulation values, their quality. So I mean, by eye that looks 40 or 50 mil thick, which is, you know, on the floor is brilliant. Yeah. So, and it's not, see, there's no water coming out of it. See? No. Which means it's the rot, you know, although it looks really bad.
It does look bad.
Once we cut it out, we'll be all right, you know. Don't worry, Herman.
So we believe we've got 2 leaks then, or we've had 2 leaks. The first one that I fixed up there, and you might be able to see up in the corner there where it might be coming from. And then the other one is from the window. And that's going to be a difficult one to solve. But the floor is coming out. So we think the water's probably been running. In fact, you can probably see it here. Look at that. Look at that there. There's watering stain on the wall there. And it's been running down here, just running into the corner. And of course, what doesn't help is then the water from the road getting up into the locker.
So I don't know where Ads is. He's disappeared again. Ads! Ads! Ow! Ow! Oh no! He's got him! Herman's revenge!
So as you can tell from that silly little incident, that we've removed all the pipes from the boiler. So now we've got beautiful access here. There are the pipes there, look. So we took this screw out somewhere, around here somewhere. There we are. And that's good wood there. So we just need to probably cut something like that out.
Good wood, see?
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
See? Good wood.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of rot in there. We're going to have to get to that. So that's all good. We've managed to get it back to good timber now, cut out all this rot. So your job, ads, if you wish to accept it, is to mark that out nice and neatly like that. Yeah, across there in a straight line.
Yeah. So
and down through there. We'll take that clip out. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, luckily, the rot stops about 30 mil, 40 mil into there, and it goes to really good hard timber. So we'll just rake that out, clean it all out, and then we'll inject some 2-pack resin in there to wood harden and harden all that up again.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll take your walls out and boilers out and all sorts of things, but you don't need to, because it's lucky. You're lucky it's not there. Can you see this is all really good wood, and it's all the ply's all good. The composite, there's a bit of his floor, is a sandwich, a insulation sandwich. So we got a 3 and a 6 mil piece of ply there, and some people would measure it as 4 mil, but I think that's a laminate on the top that makes it a mil bigger. And so we'll go and buy some ply, and we'll buy some insulation, and we'll make up our own sandwich board. And what we'll do then is, when that's all cut out neatly, we'll build a timber frame, maybe out of a bit of batten, 2-inch batten, that will go underneath here.
Oh, underneath?
Yeah, and screw underneath like that in a square.
We might not be able to get the tyre in.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, I measured it already. Absolutely, you will. You'll have 30 mil easily once the batten's in, and then we'll make a panel up to drop in and seal in, and then screw that into the frame we put in. Yeah.
Okay.
Then all this then can screw into the frame we build. We can cut that out and put a new bolt in there, and then we're gonna have to take the rear bumper off, and then cut these screws out, and then screw it from the wall the other side into the panel we put in, and also the same this side, screw it in like that, so it's fixed to stop any flex. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you saved him just. I mean, any more and I think he'd have been in trouble. Okay, so let's have a cup of tea and work out a plan of action.
Right, yeah. Chaz, why are you using a hairdryer when you don't have hair?
I was going to say, because I don't need it anymore.
So what we decided to do is we're going to have a frame all the way around the outside, but of course we're going to need to screw the frame to the wall, and we're going to do it from or maybe both sides, but what we're trying to do is take the trim off here so we can expose the wall, and then we'll be able to screw through the wall into the frame. I'm taking the screws out of the trim here, but it's still stuck to the wall. Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
The trick is not too much heat. Yeah? Right. You want just enough to get it nice and off, and then what you can do is when it's off, then we'll get some PVC cleaner, mastic remover. Right. Spread the mastic remover on there, let it do its job, clean it all off, clean the surface up, and then we can rebond these nicely again. If you use too much heat, you'll distort this. Right. So when you put it back on again, it'll be all distorted, and the rubber seal going won't fit properly. So the idea is just enough heat, you know, enough for it's just comfortable on your hand, but enough to do that and make that malleable again. You see? Yeah. Yeah, and of course, having too much heat won't. Having not so much too much heat. 1 second. Well, I was going to say, not having too much heat, you're not going to ruin the curls. Exactly. Watch the process. Watch it melt it. See it? Yeah. See it pulling it away. See? We've just tried to get the bumper off. There's a couple of screws underneath this rubber here, right? There's one here, so that's loose. But all along this rubber are other screws. There's one there,
But here, right in the middle, seems to be riveted. So that's going to be a no-no for taking the bumper off. So we're going to create a frame in here, goes all the way around. We're going to screw it into the walls, and I'm just measuring up or setting up where we're going to cut to make this actually square rather than a curve, because wood doesn't tend to go around corners like that.
That's it, yeah, very good. That is exactly it. That is excellent, mate.
Next time on Herman Hits the Road. We're going to take the bumper off. Wow, doesn't that look different?
This will Sikaflex in place and it'll be pinned along the wall, back wall.
I've asked Zoe to go and find some vinyl flooring.
Vinyl flooring! I take that, I don't use it.
It's me, your Mr. Little Charlie.
Ooh. That'll be it. Oh,
Yada! Yeah, I'll get to that.